So this is an introduction to positive intelligence, because what I want to combine this with is another way of looking at our life. So the name up here, Shirzad Chamine. Shirzad is an author of a book and also used to be the CEO of, what was it, CT training, I think, no, CTI, a coach training institute. And he developed a study that very similar to NLP that tells, the model is that we have saboteurs. They are the voices, and everybody has saboteurs. And it's the voices inside that tell us we're not enough. We're not smart. All of the things that are basically the negatives. So in his words, and this is verbatim from his book, saboteurs are the voices in your head that generate stress and negative emotions in the way you handle work and life's challenges. They sabotage your potential for both happiness and performance. So NLP will say that these are limiting beliefs. These are limiting beliefs that you adopted when you were a child, and you adopted these beliefs to protect you, to keep you safe. But they don't serve you anymore now that you're an adult. So with positive intelligence, Shirzad is teaching us, because we're going through, it's a program that coaches and anybody can really go through. And he has an app and a website and a test that you can take, a little quiz, and it helps you identify who your saboteurs are. I believe that there's 10, but you have like a primary 4, I believe. The saboteurs, they try to run our lives sometimes. And what we're trying to do with this positive intelligence, and what I'm noticing after only 5 weeks of this study, is I'm able to quiet the saboteur voices, and I'm strengthening my sage powers. So the beauty of this study, this is that the saboteurs are if we feel negative about ourselves because, oh gosh, I made a mistake again. You know, I whatever that mistake was, even if it's, you know, I burnt the meatloaf or like burnt the soup or whatever, you know, we can kind of, even if it's just a few seconds, we've kind of beat ourselves up. But if we can catch ourselves quicker in beating ourselves up, and that moment right there, make another choice, that's what the sage powers are, because we all also have sage powers. The sage powers are empathize, explore, innovate, navigate, and activate. So these are all the positive abilities that we all have that can be strengthened when we're not always listening to the saboteurs. Any questions about this or any comments? Is anybody familiar with Shirzad's work? I know that Milry is a little bit.
Yeah, I would just want to ask Jean if there are ways for us to manage or control the sort of occasional negative self-talk that we go through that sort of impacts our lives and impacts the way we see ourselves and feel about ourselves, particularly in certain circumstances. I mean, we can't all stop negative talk, but maybe we can become more aware of it or find ways to manage it.
Absolutely. I definitely agree that we can definitely manage it. Milry, I think that the key that you actually hit the nail on the head is the awareness, is first becoming aware of what we're doing. And it is a practice. It is a practice. First, it's becoming aware that we do that. First of all, to be aware that we're always going to have either, you know, the saboteurs or the limiting beliefs, the negative beliefs. We're always going to have that. That's part of human nature, right? And so what we want to do is to manage the frequency with which those thoughts and beliefs come up. So understanding, number one, that we're going to have these beliefs and these feelings about things, but also knowing that we have the positive side of us as well, that we can, have self-love, that we can have appreciation, that we can empathize with ourselves, we can empathize with others, to know that we have these positive abilities as well, and that we can choose one over the other, I think is the first step. The second step is then noticing when we are in the negative belief or we're in the negative thought, to stop it. To just at that point say, oh, wait a minute. I did it again. And to just at that point, just that thing of stopping it, and then say, okay, I'm choosing something else.